first arm balance we're going to start with is Bakasana or crow pose. When we start with Bakasana, we're going to start by looking at the feet. A lot of times in Bakasana, we don't pay attention to what our feet are doing, and it leaves the legs totally disempowered. And so we're going to add power to the legs by focusing on the feet. So normal Bakasana feet look like this. They're not very engaged, and the whole leg isn't, the legs aren't really working to create the pose. So instead, Michelle's going to bring the inner edges of her feet together, spread her toes wide, and bring her pinky toes towards her head. Then she's going to take her knees apart. And the natural thing that happens is that the soles of the feet come together. So we want to recreate Bakasana feet by drawing the inner edges of the feet together, spreading the toes wide, and drawing the pinky toes back towards your head. So those are the feet that you have in Bakasana at all times. Okay, and then we'll come into Bakasana with Bakasana feet. So you start in a squat with the inner edges of the feet together. So our heels are lifted here. And then with the inner edges of the feet together, she takes the knees apart and brings her hands down directly underneath her shoulders. And so she gets really low so that her forearms are right in front of her shins. And if you look at her kidneys, you'll see that they're really full. So show them no kidneys. When she collapses through the back, this is a loss of the kidney loop. And then show them kidneys. It's like rounding like a Halloween cat. So that's where your lift is going to come from. That's where your power will come from. She hugs her knees into the midline. She hugs her forearms together. And then she lifts her right foot up towards her butt and into the midline. And then the left foot. Inner edges of the feet together. Inner edges of the feet pressing towards behind her. And so that's Bakasana. Now the next step here is for her to round her kidneys even more. And on an exhale, straighten her arms. Good. And then she'll come down. And we'll do it one more time. Inner edges of the feet together, knees wide. Legs to the midline, forearms to the midline, kidneys. Feet in towards the midline and up towards the hips. Inner edges of the feet together, toes spread wide. Fill up the kidneys even more. Exhale, straightening arms.